I want you to listen to this the way you would listen to an old woman speaking to you at her kitchen table. Not as advice shouted at you from a screen. Not as a lecture, but as a story that has been lived all the way through. Stay with me, because there is one truth that only makes sense at the very end. Every doctor who ever told me to change the way I eat is gone now. Every single one of them. I don't say that with anger. I say it with calm facts. In 1978, a doctor told me I should stop cooking with olive oil because it was too much fat. He died in 1991, heart attack. In 1985, another doctor told me I should eat more margarine instead of butter because it was heart healthy. He died in 2003, also a heart attack. In 1992, a nutritionist told me to stop using salt and switch to low-sodium packaged foods. She is dead too. I just know she is gone, and I am still here. I'm still standing in my kitchen. I'm still cooking my own food. I'm still chopping onions, washing greens, stirring pots the way I have done for decades. I tell you this because most people never stop to ask a simple question. If the advice was so good, why didn't it save the people who gave it? I came to this country in 1947. I was 23 years old. I came from Calabria, a place people like to forget exists when they talk about Italy. When they talk about Italian food, they talk about restaurants and white tablecloths and expensive bottles of wine. That was not my life. We were poor, truly poor. No money for meat most days. What we had was what we grew, what we gathered, and what our mothers taught us to cook. And those recipes kept my grandparents alive into their 90s. They kept my mother alive until she was 94. And they have kept me alive longer than anyone ever expected, in a country that has tried very hard to kill me with its food. When I watch what people eat here, my heart hurts. I see young people eating things that are not food, things that come in bright bags and shiny boxes. I see them drinking liquids that are more chemistry than nourishment and calling it diet. I see them eating bread that could survive a nuclear war. And then I see them exhausted, sick, confused, wondering why their bodies feel old when they are barely 40. This is not a mystery. This is poison dressed up as convenience. So, I'm going to tell you what I eat. Not because I think I'm special, but because this is how human beings have eaten for thousands of years. Listen to the rhythm of a life built around these foods. I cook with real olive oil, extra virgin, cold pressed. My mother called it liquid gold, and she was right. It keeps your blood moving and your brain working. I eat beans constantly. White beans, lentils, chickpeas. Peasant food, people call it. But those peasants outlived the rich men who ate meat every night. I call it memory. I eat real greens. Spinach, chard, wild dandelion greens. We cook them simply with garlic and oil. People today call those weeds. We call them medicine. Garlic goes into almost everything I make. Science discovered what our grandmothers already knew. Garlic protects the heart. One clove does more than many pills. Tomatoes are another foundation. Cooked tomatoes protect your heart, your eyes, your cells. Simple food, powerful food. There is no excuse for ignoring them. Every day I eat a handful of nuts. And I eat real bread, real grains. Bread that goes stale, not bread that lasts a month. Real bread gives you steady energy. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing expensive. Just food that tastes like food. But here is the part people don't want to hear. And this is why you need to stay with me until the end. I eat fish, mostly small oily fish. Sardines, anchovies, mackerel. The fish people avoid because they smell strong and have bones. Those are the best ones. The oil feeds your brain, keeps memory alive. I drink red wine, 1 glass, with food, almost every night. Not to escape life, but to enjoy it. Too much destroys you. A little shared with a meal does the opposite. And I eat fruit every day. Real fruit. Seasonal fruit. Fruit was dessert in my house. My children didn't know there was another option. That's it. Nothing fancy. Just food that tastes like food. But here is the part people don't want to hear. Food matters, but it is not everything. I walked my whole life, not on treadmills. I walked to places. I carried groceries. I stood for hours cooking. Movement was part of living, not something scheduled. I buried 3 of my children. 3. No parent should do that. I thought grief would kill me. It didn't. I kept cooking. I kept walking. I kept feeding people. Because stopping would have meant dying. I'm 101 years old. I live alone. I still cook. I still walk. Even when it hurts. Especially when it hurts. Because stopping is the beginning of the end. And now listen carefully, because this is the reason I wanted you to hear all of this. Longevity is not about avoiding death. It is about having a reason to live tomorrow. People die when they have nothing to do, no one to feed, no one who would notice if they were gone. Loneliness kills faster than bad food. Purpose keeps you standing when everything else tries to knock you down. I get up every morning because someone will eat what I cook. Because my great-grandchildren will remember the taste of the same food my grandmother taught me. Because I still have something to give. One day I won't. And when that day comes, I will be ready. But today is not that day. If you remember nothing else, remember this. Eat real food. Move your body. And never live as if no one needs you. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have soup on the stove and it's almost ready.